Hey, I just wanted to say before the start of this that when I recorded this at the time, I thought I had a little bit of a cold. Turns out that actually it was a little bit worse than that, and for the last few days I've been feeling quite ill. So if I made any stupid mistakes, or if you can hear the sound of me coughing or anything like that throughout the stream, then I'd just like to apologise for that. I didn't realise at the time how ill I was, but I'm certainly feeling it at the moment, and hopefully I'll be better soon and we'll be able to get back on track with this. But yeah, last time we were playing through it, we didn't do that much last time. It was just the kind of a lot of the generic stuff, you know, trying to get enough wood and other such things. We did have our first artifact. There are a couple other artifacts as well, but these are ones that are carried by. Oh, what's this? Okay, I don't know where this sword came from, but apparently there's an iron short sword here, which is an artifact one. It's just lying on the ground here. I only just noticed that. I wonder if it's got anything to do with this. Hold on, let's see. No, yeah, it's got nothing to do with this giant over here. This giant feels unoccupied, feels bored. We might need to do something about this giant at some point. We just kept them locked in here for like an entire year. But that's something for another time. So last time a bunch of new migrants have arrived in our fortress. So you can see here we got a whole new load of dwarves. We also need to start out. You know, we got to get equipment for all of our dwarves here.
Thank you very much.
Sneaky 12, thanks for the follow. Yo, I'm binge watching your VOD, good content. Just if giving you advice, use a rock pot and rock jug instead of wood barrel to save some wood. Yeah, that would have been a good idea. I didn't want to use rock pots because I was kind of concerned that they'd be too heavy. Rock pots are heavier, but to be honest, I probably should have just used rock pots instead of using wood, especially considering the amount of trouble I've had with wood, especially in this biome. But what I was actually thinking today was that today would be a good day for us to actually breach the cavern and go past the cavern and then get into the magma sea. I think one thing that would be interesting to do would be to try and pump magma towards the surface, and then we could set up a magma forge. Once we got a magma forge, what we could do is we could actually move towards using. I don't know if you can make. Actually, that's a question I've got. I'm going to check something real quick. But perhaps we could make pots out of glass, which might be an alternative. Because glass is basically a free resource, especially if you got magma. It doesn't really cost you anything to use, you know, you can just kind of get it. I'm going to quickly check that by just making like a glassmaker's workshop. Where is it? It's a glass furnace here. We'll build that here. We'll see what we can do. But the other things we need to do is we need to sort out the equipment for our troops, and that means that we also need to start producing steel or iron in large quantities, which is another reason why we should be yeah, you see here cancelling this because we're running out of refined clay. So really the goal today should be to try and get into the magma sea, and then once we've gotten into the magma sea, we'll be good to go from there. Yeah, glass pots. So I was thinking if we were to make glass pots, that might be a good thing to do. What I'm thinking is I think we're going to go on this level here. I'm just going to zoom out, and I want to make sure that my fortress is protected from the caverns. So we're going to start digging down, and we're going to do it here. So we'll start that dig there, and then that'll be a good way to just make sure that nothing will be. Basically, we can block this off if we open the caverns and terrible stuff starts happening straight away. And the other thing that we need to do is we need to start getting some clove production done. And it's a good thing that we now have some dwarves here. I don't think we've got any dedicated cloves makers. I think I'd like to have somebody who is a dedicated clothier. So what I'm going to start is I'm going to start by adding a new duty here, which is just going to be clothes making. What I want is I want to have somebody who's like really good at making clothing, making all the clothing in the fortress. So that way, we have somebody who's like a dedicated person for that. So clothes making, and then let's see, because nobody here's got any skill in it whatsoever. So I'm just gonna put this jeweler, because I'm not really doing jewels at the moment, and I'll also put this peasant in charge of that, and then we can start making some clothing. We do have an order up to make charcoal, so they will make charcoal and we'll stop getting spammed with that. But yeah, we just really need to get um, into the actual caverns, I think, and to get to the magma sea in particular. Because once we're in there, that's just going to be a really good thing to have. So let's put a stockpile here, and we'll make this into a cloth stockpile. Clothing comes under armor, doesn't it? Unless they changed it. I don't see armor any. Ah, there it is. Yeah, so we make this into an armor stockpile. And then they should bring all the clothing over here. In fact, we can definitely make this a lot smaller. Repaint this. Ah. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick, so my apologies for that. But I did want to stream because you know it'll make me feel better. So if I'm a little bit if I sound a little bit off, then that's the reason. So yeah, is that? Wait, that's oh my god, I'm an idiot. Is there not a way to edit a stockpile once it's been placed? Or am I just like, because I should do that and no, okay, whatever. We'll just leave it like that. I just leave it like that. But yeah, no, everything else is going fine. I mean, it's almost Christmas, right? So you know, gotta be happy about that. So yeah, we're digging down, and we haven't actually found the caverns yet. What's this? This is jet. Surprised we haven't even found the caverns yet. No, we'll just keep digging down, so we'll go down to, I don't know, elevation 0. I guess actually we're pretty high up. I think our starting elevation is really high, so we're not even that deep yet. So we still got quite a bit of time to go. And this is why we probably want to try and pump the, you know, we want to try and set up a system to pump up the magma towards the surface, because that way we're not going to have to worry so much. Like we could start by making some basic stuff down towards the magma, just to begin with. I mean, there's two ways we could do it really. We could set up workshops and then have a system to move stuff down towards there. You know, we could have like whatever it is you can think of for that. But I think it'd be more interesting to try and bring it towards the surface. It's been a long time since I've tried to make a magma pump, and I have a feeling that it's one of those things I could very easily mess up if I'm not careful, right? But you know, we'll give it a go. They're fighting. Agitated creatures fighting again. Who are they fighting in particular? Oh, they're just fighting our outdoor animals. We will just get our military guy out to come and we'll get our entire military out to go and kill these rabbits, because again they're just rabbits over here, but they're causing issues. And let's go back down here. How'd I miss a? How'd I miss a? How'd I miss a layer? Okay, right. That's not connected. Yeah, there we go. Let's get that up there. Okay. The dwarven child is fighting. Man, these rabbits are wild. Like, like, oh, they killed one of my stray chickens. Oh wait, damp stone. That's why. Okay, so we, oh god. Oh right. Okay, okay. See this? This is what it is actually. Okay, so it looks like I thought initially that basically we had avoided the aquifer. So I thought that we'd managed to escape the heavy aquifer, but it looks like in fact we hadn't. The heavy aquifer is here, and you can see in the amount of time that it took for me to like turn around and look at that rabbit fight that was happening over on the other screen, the other side. It looks like we've yeah. Oh God, there's really not going to be an easy way to get through this. I mean, there's a few different strategies, but I'm not sure what we're going to do about it. Let's just cancel all this digging for now. There's no point digging any further down because we're not going to be able to breach this section here. So it looks like from here So from elevation 19 onwards, we got heavy aquifer. What we're going to try and do is, because the biome is, it's like a two-way biome. Some of it is in the joyful area, some of it is in the mirthful area. And the mirthful area doesn't have a heavy aquifer, it actually has a light aquifer. So it might be the case that if we were to dig, let's say, sideways, then we might be able to just get around the aquifer, right? So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and dig in this direction and then see if we can breach down here instead, to see whether we can get past the aquifer by just going here. And we'll try that in a couple of different directions, but if not, we'll need to find a different way of getting through the aquifer. So yeah, that's all going good there. Again, they've just been interrupted. We've also made some clay statues. I haven't placed any statues in this fortress whatsoever. And we've got some clay statues that we could start placing around. So why don't we have some of these placed just to kind of make our dwarves a little bit happier. I don't think any of these statues are going to be any good. But, you know, like, we may as well place them, right? Also looks like they missed some of these jobs here. So, let's see. We could put some of them in our tavern, perhaps. We could put some around the fortress. But furniture, we'll select the material after placing so that we can have a look and see. We got a couple of porcelain statues, actually. Let's place the porcelain ones just immediately outside the... oh, you know what? We'll place them inside this. I didn't... I guess we must have grabbed some kaolinite from somewhere. Purple otter. Must be from the Joyous Wilds, yeah. I tell you what, I am really stoked that so many people have been enjoying this on YouTube. Like, you know, I've just been... I have streamed on and off on Twitch for the longest time, but it's really nice to see, you know, just kind of like so many people. Like, I don't know. I think I said this in a previous video, but I just really wasn't expecting it, and it makes me happy. Like, genuinely. The Dwarf Fortress community is a really good community, and it's good to see like kind of like more people get into it now that the game is a lot more accessible than it used to be. Like, the game has not always been the most accessible, right? Job or drink lot destroyed. How did that happen? Okay, well, more book rabbits fighting. Evening, hey, welcome. Just people leaving their dirty socks everywhere as well. So we've completed all of the copper swords, which is great. Catch a snapping turtle or a crocodile, they're a good source of egg. That wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. We have got a decent source of eggs, like so in this fortress in particular. I've uploaded the first part of this on YouTube, but this is like the third part. It takes me a little bit of time to upload things, so there's usually a bit of a delay. But in this fortress, we got like I don't know if I built this in the first stream. I probably did actually, but we got a chicken room here, so we have loads of chickens in here. I'm a bit brutal actually. Like, you can see how many chickens we got on our list of chickens. But we should have a decent amount of eggs just from that. But yeah, snapping turtles would be good. I have a thing about snapping turtles where, like, I've had so many fortresses where, like, snapping turtles have either killed a dwarf or, like, just caused an issue for a dwarf somewhere. Like, genuinely, I've had so many fortresses start when, like, the first thing that happens is a snapping turtle, like, attacks one of my dwarves, and, you know, that's just that. I feel like these guys aren't dealing with these agitated animals. Where the hell is this agitated animal? I don't know if this is true, but it feels like it's a little bit hard for me to spot animals than it used to be. Maybe it's because of the change to the new version. There we go, there's the last one. So just go out and kill that. They're just threatening all my animals and just being a nuisance, like... Attacking one of my dwarven children. The dwarven child latches on firmly. So yeah, they're going to bat with each other, which is good to see. Yeah, hens are an excellent leather source. We just got loads of them around the fortress everywhere. I quite like geese. Like geese are another good animal I find. But yeah, so what we need to do as well, actually. I've got this task here. Let's reduce that to 1 of 1. Let's also then set up a new one, which would be process yarn. Weave yarn into cloth. And we'll set a condition on this. The amount of unused yarn thread is 10. Then we'll do another one, which would be yarn into thread, shouldn't it? Or wool into the... Wait, is it wool? I forgot the name of the task. It's in this one, isn't it? It's new task, spin thread, yeah. Farmer's Workshop, spin thread. I basically just want them to shear and spin thread automatically without me having to do it manually every single time. So the amount of unrotten... Yeah, so when there's 10 available... In fact, let's just reduce all the values of this. So we'll reduce that down to 5. Reduce that down to 5. So when that's 5, yep. And then this one here... where is it here? So that we can get like a little bit of an automated clothing industry available in a second. Oh shit! Something died on the. Something is probably something like a. Let me guess, like a buck rabbit or something nasty has died on the staircase. Creatures get into the fortress so regularly. It's kind of hard for me to keep track of where everything is. Oh, okay. It's a rotten yak calf. Okay, that'll be one of my dwarves who brought it as a pet, and I didn't realize it. It's always worth check. Oh, okay. Agitated unicorns. Now that is the scary one. Now that I spotted that, I'm going to close all my gates. I mean, they could try and swim into the fortress potentially, but or maybe I shouldn't close my gates. Maybe we deal with it. No, we'll close my gate. I know from experience that this is a sign of things to come. So pull that lever there. We'll just close our gate for the time being. If there are any children stuck outside like these two who are playing make-believe, then that's fine. We'll see. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see whether the... Oh, yeah, they're stuck. They'll be fine. Anyway, like, enough of that. It would be good to, like, if we could kill some agitated unicorns, then that could potentially be a good way of getting some really high value goods. Unicorn body parts are worth more than usual body parts, like unicorn bones, or at least I think they are. I mean, they are unicorns after all, right? Let's dig down a little bit here. So here, this is what I meant about the aquifer here. So here, filled with water. Over here, no water at all. And that'll be because the aquifer starts over here and ends somewhere over here. So there'll be a line between these two here where the aquifer starts and where it ends. So in this way, if you have a biome that's stretched across 2 different biomes, you can actually just avoid the aquifer altogether. We do need to keep an eye out because there could be more than one aquifer layer. The other biome had a light aquifer in it. But yeah, there we go. So we got damp stone. So here is where the new aquifer starts. In fact, it looks like it's exactly 1 square down. So we're getting there slowly anyway. We're getting there slowly. We'll let them dig all this out and then we'll see what's over here. How are my other miners doing? 2 of them are worshipping, so that's where they're at. And then the tavern keeper's also worshipping here. Yeah, seems everything's okay for now. Agitated unicorns. They're just on the surface waiting for their moment to strike. I'm worried that what's going to happen is that... Then again, it is spring, so we've got a while before that happens. But the river could freeze and then they could walk up the river and like try and destroy us. Oh, and also now I can't dump the yak corpse outside because I closed my gate. That's another thing we could do. We could set up a system to basically get rid of any of these things internally. So, for example, you know, the stray yak corpse that we want to get rid of. It's just rotting on our staircase. We need to dump that because obviously it's not very nice to have that, like, you know, right next to where our temples are. So why don't we consider that then? What we can do is we could build a area just to the south here, and we might use maybe we'll use a track for this. Try something fancy with a track. I think actually we'll go up a little bit. How's the performance compared to classic DF? Do they have multi-threading in this version? I'm not sure if they have multi-threading or not. But just kind of like my general observations, I've not had any trouble with performance particularly. I've had exactly one crash in all the amount of time that I've been streaming. So it's been mostly okay. Like, I haven't had any noticeable slowdown, but I also haven't built a really big fortress yet. 10 sea level pit, yeah, that's what we need to do. But I'm thinking, I guess we could start it up here. It doesn't need to be 10 levels exactly, just so long as it's deep enough. Like, 10 levels is... we could dump it into the river, actually. Oh, that's an idea. I need to check something real quick. Fortifications. And... okay, so here's my plan. What if we were to have, like, an area over here, right? So we would have, like, an area here. And we'd have a track leading to here, and they could just put trash on it, and then they'd roll the car over here. There'd be a stop, and it'd fling everything out. I'm pretty sure that if a cart hits a fortification, then the contents of a cart will go through the fortification. I'm pretty sure of this. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. It's one of those things that'd be worth checking. But we have like a stop here. We push it, or maybe push it down a couple levels. So we need to, because they'll need to gain some momentum, won't it, when it's pushed? So we'd have it like here, and it'd basically be like a track that goes down. I don't need the borrows. Okay, let's try that. This might be needlessly complicated. I might be making this far more complicated than it needs to be. Okay, the unicorns are already fighting outdoor animals. Oh god. You can see it chasing all of our animals outside. Oh, and it's gonna spot the child and it's gonna murder this child here, Iton Febid. Oh no, it's gone up. What's it chasing? It's chasing one of my outdoor hens. Or it's like one of the chickens that got outside. They just love murder. Unicorns love murder. If we could capture some and train them, though, that'd be great. Oh, that's an upwards ramp. Oh god, I did that the wrong way around. Okay, downward ramp. Make that into a downward ramp, please. There we go. It's playing the like fight music because of the outdoor fighting that's going on. Alright, let's do that there. Now that go here. Alright. Yeah, this is the trash shotgun that we're building here. So we should now be able to carve fortifications, I believe. This is kind of new to me. Tracks in old Dwarf Fortress, tracks in ASCII for Dwarf Fortress used to be a real pain to make. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to see some of the new game's logic here. And it looks like it has successfully figured out how to do this. So have a look and see anyway. And whilst it's going on, I think... oh, yeah. It looks like unicorns have murdered both of my sheep. It's a real pain, because now I don't have it. Oh, well. Actually, yeah, I think they killed both of my sheep, which I hadn't built a proper pen for. They're now chasing around an outdoor yak. Hey, Brolix. I'm glad that I managed to save you from that dreadful fate, right? You know, that would have been the worst thing in the world if you had to stream. Well, I think those two dwarven children are dead. Two of the unicorns have now got names, which makes me think that they are dead. So what? That's how many dwarven children have died so far? Two of them are missing here. You can see here. So Lightosh and Iton. So they're both dead. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children that have died in this fortress. No, 6 children because this child died previously. 7 dwarves in total. 6 of them children. To be fair, children are far more useful than they used to be in Dwarf Fortress. So I shouldn't be so casual about just the fact that I'm losing lots of children. Okay, so the idea here is that we've got this track that goes south, and it goes down here, and then it leads off to here. And we then want to go into, where is it? Instructions, a track stop. Max friction here. And we can make this out of anything, so we'll just make this out of... make this out of platinum. Make this out of claystone block. There you go. Child fighting pits incoming. People must think I'm a monster, right? Oh, now it's fighting a horse. Well, it looks like in terms of unicorn versus horse, unicorn does come out on top. This unicorn has sustained 0 wounds after fighting that horse. This is why I need to get some military dwarves fully equipped, and that's why we need to get to the. This is why we need to get to the magma lair, because we can't. We're now at the point where we can't reliably get wood from outside. The only thing I could think would be if we arrive in autumn, then we may have a good chance at having the merchants deal with the unicorns, because they'll come heavily armed. So merchants will arrive with all their equipment and everything else. So you know, that would be a decent. Yeah, and then we can have a stop here, and we'll just make this out of claystone blocks as well. So yeah, the idea is that we have a cart up here, and then they just put trash into the cart, right? I should have built a wall here actually, so I can I'll just build that like that. Should have built a wall here so that I can have a door here. Okay, well, one of the dwarven children has been missing for a week. That means it's been a week since the unicorns attacked. And the other one's been missing for a week as well. Put the door here. No? Oh yeah, we need to build the walls first before we can do that. Okay, so now that we've got a track stock, we should be able to add this route. So let's just clear that. So we want to have a stop here. Right. And then in here, we just want to fill this with refuse. So this is... all corpses except dwarf corpses. Just fill this with body parts. And don't put dwarven corpses in there. So they should fill this. Must be in a linked stockpile, so we need to make a stockpile that's linked to it. And then we need to set conditions. So we want it to push off... I don't know why it says push off south immediately when empty. At least 50% of desired items. Of desired items done. Yeah. Then we go here. And then we add a new one, which is just to guide east when empty of desired items. Done. And I think that should work. We don't have any minecarts, so we'll just set up some minecarts in a second. But hopefully that should... this will be a bit of an experiment, because again, I've really not done any minecart stuff. It's something that I've generally avoided, because it's mostly a pain to do in the older versions of Dwarf Fortress. It does have its use cases. But we'll just make a wooden minecart and we'll just try this out. So my hope is that they will put corpses into it, like refuse and things. It does need to have a linked stockpile, so we'll have to build a corpse stockpile upstairs. But we can do that and we can lock it behind a door so that basically, you know, it's not going to cause any problems. We'll use a microline door there. That's fine. So we'll put like a stockpile here, like a stockpile for them to put refuse. But then they should move that refuse into the cart and then push the cart down the track, and that should then lead into the water, or at least that's the hope. Oh, we didn't look at these statues. So we got a statue here of Lycat, Mind of the Earths. This is one of the gods. So this is the deity of jewels, and it's depicted as a female dwarf in porcelain. And then we got another statue, and this is just a statue of a dwarf. So nothing that interesting there. So let's place the stockpile here. We'll place that there as such, and we just want this to be a refuse stockpile there. So they should then just start moving refuse to that. We'll put a door there. Cancel that. I want to use a microline door. Doesn't make any difference, but I just feel like it. So they should then start putting any refuse over there. I don't know. Have they? Okay, so that is refuse. They should eventually, one of them should pick up that. Yeah, there we go. They picked up the skeleton now. And they're now starting to fill this up with refuse. And you see here, they're moving all these fluffy Wambler remains and other things just into here. There's like mangled skulls and just all sorts of just crap that we've had for ages. Although I don't want them to use like... Oh God, this is the problem, isn't it? I don't actually want them to move everything here. Like, I don't want them to put mussel shells and things into this, which they consider to be refuse. So let's... like, actually on corpses. Bones, no bones, no shells, no hair and wool. Anything else, like teeth, yeah. Horns and hooves, actually, don't put horns and hooves in there either. Yeah. Okay, and then we can now assign our wooden minecart to this. So a dwarf will come and they will put the wooden minecart here. When a dwarf gets around to doing it. So you can see here the minecart's now there. Let's just check all the conditions on this. So this thing here, it's going to take all the refuse except for bone shells, horns, and hair. So you'll see dwarves will start loading this up. And then once this is at more than 75%, a dwarf should push this cart down. And it should then follow the track down. And we should be good to go. Hopefully a dwarf does not stand in the way of the cart. I guess we'll see though. Might be that we don't have enough stuff. So how much stuff's in there now? So it's at 20. I'm just gonna lower the percentage before they target it to 25 because I just want to confirm that this is working. For later ones we'll put it back up again. So I think this dwarf, yeah. So they push it down. Then if we just we can zoom in here. And there you go. And that is how we just dump all this vermin. I mean, we didn't really need to dump those skulls. We could have used those skulls for something, but still. That's how we can get rid of like body parts and things. Isn't it great? Isn't it great? There's probably like infinitely better ways of doing this sort of stuff, right? Like there's absolutely no need for us to do it like this. But hey, it's just a way for them to dump body parts and like get just. So although yeah, there's the stray yak calf skeleton. So that was the skeleton that was causing miasma on the surface on our staircase. So yeah, they should now start filling this all up with like all the fluffy wamblers that they kill, that the cats kill, and everything else. And we just dump it into the river. It's not even an underground river; it's an above ground river. It's not even an underground one; it's entirely above ground. So yeah, like we're really not helping the environment here, are we? We'll set this to 75 so that they dump it, yeah, upstream of the well. It's a good thing that we don't have to worry about those sorts of things in this game, right? Like, we don't have to worry about... we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so let's continue digging downwards anyway. So we're on the aquifer, we're above the aquifer level here. So we're going to see if this is also heavy aquifer or if it's not. So let's just dig this out. The DF prodigy himself. It's going fine. I'm not sure that I'm the DF prodigy, but all things concerned, it's going fine. We've set up a trash chute. That is definitely... Yeah, that is also heavy aquifer. So yeah, this is another example of heavy aquifer. See how quickly that fills up with water? So we need to again look for another way around. Okay, so we tried going that way. Let's build a.
Thank you very much.
Ooh, Shelton Dragon. Sorry, sorry if I'm not getting that exactly right, but thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. It sucks for all the suckers embarking downstream. Yeah, precisely. It's their problem, not mine at this point. We'll dig this out here. So we're doing some really crazy stuff to just try and find a way through the aquifer without having to do anything more substantial. Actually, what we could potentially do, I wonder if we could pump water out of the aquifer fast enough to be able to smooth all the the sides. Oh, also thanks, Koro Hagen. Hagane? Sorry, I'm really sorry if I get these names wrong. I'm really terrible at pronouncing them, but thanks for the follow again.
Thank you very much.
And Elkaro is also raiding, so yeah, you all chose the right time to do this. Alright, let's dig this out here. So we're gonna dig out, we're gonna go down in this direction. Required distance, and we're gonna see if we can find a new way through the aquifer. It's not really much of a shotgun. A shotgun would be more like we might try and make a shotgun in one of our streams, but this is just more of a. It's just a way to get rid of trash, honestly. Like it's a pretty effective way to have dwarves automatically take care of these things without it just piling up. Ah, here we go. Okay. The agitated unicorn stabs the human crossbowman in the head, tearing the muscle, chipping the skull, and tearing the brain. So it looks like the human crossbowman has not survived the unicorn attack either. I was hoping maybe the human crossbowman would take out at least one unicorn before getting stabbed in the brain, but I guess it just wasn't meant to be. We've got the gates closed, so the unicorns can't get into the fortress, but we're just going to have visitors show up who are trying to get into our inn, and they're just going to either slowly whittle away the unicorns, or alternatively, they're just going to get killed by the unicorns. In fact, you can see here, like, so this unicorn here has gotten the name Skullhammer, and like, if we click on military, we can see it's because he killed a dwarf. So Nico Lamud, Skull Thunder, sorry. And then we might have a couple other ones. Voiced Princesses here. This one who's also killed it. This one killed the human. And then a Tear Lustrous, which has also killed a dwarf. So yeah, Skull Thunder and all these other appropriately named unicorns that are just murdering anyone who appears on the surface. So that's why we're digging down to the magma level, so that we can start making iron, so that we can take the fight to the unicorns. Because I'm pretty sure that once we got some iron weaponry, once we got our dwarves fully kitted out, so you'll see here on our squad, we got nowhere near enough equipment at the moment. But anyway, it's time for round 2. A goblin spearman has shown up in the fortress to visit. So this guy's a visitor. He's not an evil goblin. He's a visitor. So we'll see if this guy has any better luck against the unicorns. This is why you should always set up a tavern. Like, if you're ever embarking anywhere that's got like dangerous creatures, like just outside the fortress, just set up a tavern. You know, like, people will show up because they're here in order to get a drink and to you know, like, visit the tavern and taste the beer, and then they'll just either kill or get killed by whatever's outside the fortress, and then you can just collect whatever's fallen. So you know, if this guy dies, we can melt down all of his junk. Like, he's got a book on him called The Shape. That could go great in our this could go great in our library if we ever build one. But it looks like at the moment this guy's being a little bit cautious. He doesn't want to draw the attention of the angry unicorns. So did you get used to the UI? I think I'm fairly used to it. Man, and these new agitated animals, they're congregating in a group as well. They're just... This guy had a bronze crossbow with him. It didn't do him any good. I don't think he even wounded any of these. Like, I'm looking at the health here. This unicorn's covered in sheep and horse blood and human blood, and it's not taking a single wound. Like, yeah, you can see here its description, its overview. Yeah, but no, the for the most part, the new UI I think is really good. Like, there are always some things that are just a bit, that still take a bit of time getting used to. There are some things that I would like to see changed. Like, one thing that I think would be good would be if there was a if there was a way to access the announcement log. No, they're not building destroyers, so there's no way that they would be distracted by that. So you know, unicorns are not building destroyers. Okay, so we dug down a little bit. We're over here now. We'll see if we can. Hmm. Why don't we try something different? Let's ramp down here. Let's build a ramp here. Yeah, things like that about being able to see dwarf stats more quickly. That would be nice. Like, it'd be nice if we could like click names in other menus to just jump to dwarves and things. I think it'd be nice if, like, when you click on a dwarf from here, I think it'd be nice if you could. Well, there's a couple of things I could think of, but yeah, like, again, overall, I think that the UI is good. I just think that you know, it's a process, isn't it? There'll be, yeah, there we go. Hmm. See here, this just immediately fills with water, so we know that the aquifer's here as well. So that's not good for us at all. Siltstone. I'm just wondering, is there any other thing that we could do? Oh, I know what we could try and do. We could do the classic cave. We could try and do the cave-in method. Let's try that. I haven't done this in a long time, so you're gonna have to bear with me whilst I inevitably screw this up. But we're basically going to try and force a cave-in to collapse into the into the next level and try and oh no, how do we cause a how do we do a controlled cave-in to make it so that we can do that? We could try and do a cave-in. Let's say we were to dig out here, right? So we would be trying to collapse in a space. Yeah, so what we'd do is we would have a channel here. Then we'd have that around there. So we'd dig that. So we'd dig out a pit here. And then on the floor above, the aquifer will not freeze because because this isn't exposed to the surface. If it was exposed to the surface, that would be a possibility. Basically, I'm going to try and make the I'm going to try and make these 3 blocks fall into these 3 blocks here. And the way we're going to do that is by channeling. So I'm just going to have the dwarves come and dig this out first. Hopefully there isn't any aquifer here that you know, I'm going to run into. We seem to have missed it here, so we'll try this. So we have them channel this out first. Do goblins ever dig into the fortress? No, not in this current patch. Nothing can. There's no creature in the game that can destroy a dwarven wall. So your fortress is always permanently safe so long as there is no way into your fortress. So like our fortress at the moment is safe because there's nothing that can get in. There's no way to get into the fortress. Oh no, damp stone here. This here's where the aquifer is. So this wouldn't work here. This wouldn't work here. Okay. Oh no, I think there's more agitated unicorns than there was. So the human caravan has arrived. They're not going to be able to get onto the map because we don't have access to our depot. We could try and open our depot real quick, but I have a feeling if we did that, they would rush us. I'm just going to ignore that. Hopefully, they take care of the unicorns outside. Yes, you see here, this is also damp, so that means the aquifer's here. Let's try it. I don't know. Where could we try? Well, we know that there's this here, so let's I suppose we could just so we could actually just dump. No, we'll have to leave that. We'll have to try elsewhere. We'll try it here. Dig all that out. You could wall off the depot part and open the bridge, then if the traders get inside, close it again and remove the wall. I could do that. The main reason that I want to try and get the traders inside would be to see if they distract the unicorns. It's not so much that I want to trade with them. I don't think they'll have anything that useful. It's more just I think that if I open my fortress, they'll be forced to path into my fort, and then they might draw the attention of the unicorns. Whilst they're doing that, and in that way they might start a fight and might kill one of the unicorns before they all get slaughtered. And then we can always take whatever's on the caravan after they've died, and just have that as our spoils. So that's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, it's a bit evil, bit kind of mercenary, but it could be one method to do it. I guess what you're saying is correct, though. We could. So we would build a wall. It's not really a good place for us to build a wall, actually, the way we've got this laid out. Unicorns are not building destroyers. I don't think that unicorns are building destroyers. So we would forbid this door and this door, so they can't tear down this wall, and then we'd build a wall here. Then we would open the gate, and then we'd see if the merchants would then try and get into the fortress. This would block off access to this office here. I think this is my manager's office, which is a bit of a pain. But we could try that. Let's give it a go. We'll build some claystone blocks there. Hopefully the dwarfs stay on the right side of the claystone blocks, not the wrong side. We have also got some cage traps here, so there's also the possibility that we could get them into the cage traps, because they'll see the stray war dog, and hopefully they'll try and murder the stray war dog. And then once they try and murder the stray war dog, they will be trapped in the cages. Okay, and they've built that the correct way, which is excellent. So now we can open the gates. Although it looks like the humans have already started fighting the unicorns, and one of them is already dead. Although this unicorn here is seriously injured and has lost the ability to stand. So Abba Tinasu, you've done great work. I don't know if that was one of the merchants. I don't think it was. Oh, actually it was. There's another merchant. Oh, good grief. So only 3 unicorns remain. The gate is now open. Creatures. Only 2 unicorns remain. Let's follow this unicorn here. It's injured. Unicorns are deadly. They are deadly creatures. The merchants have made it inside the fortress, but the injured unicorns are coming for revenge. So the merchants are in here. There's 2 merchants. These guys don't have any kind of equipment on them. But we have got the 2 unicorns. Hopefully they will spot the dog. And then once they've seen the dog, they will then try and attack the dog. They'll go in the traps. I always forget, where's the description of them? Because I want to see like their... So this one's got its neck torn open and its skull is dented. And then the other one here, this one's got her left rear hoof broken and smashed open, and her neck is torn open, and her upper body is dented. Oh, okay. Looks like agitated animals are immune to cage traps, and they've killed the dog. And they have now spotted... No. So agitated animals are in fact immune to cage traps, because otherwise... So the unicorn is here. Just behind the wall. Skull Thunder and Nemesis. The traders are here. Oh, bollocks, I didn't mean to do that. They don't seem to have noticed each other yet. Did the war dog manage to do anything to this guy before he died? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, the war dog attacked the unicorn, but then the unicorn jumped away, and that was the end of it. Okay, well, at least there's only 2 more unicorns left, right? I could send all 42 of my dwarves to go kick the unicorns to death, but like we've been down this road before. This is a road that we have traveled, and the last time we traveled it, we did not get to our destination. So we're not going to try it again. Oh no. Well, okay, in this case, we don't need to send our fortress out because reinforcements arrive. They'll just stand on the edge of the map as well because they don't have any way into the fortress. Or is it... There's one. Oh no, there's a weaponsmith. He's a talented weaponsmith. I can't have that guy died. Close the bridge and dig... Oh, we could do that as well. I don't really want to. I'm kind of thinking that I don't want to do that. I might just have them. Might have the migrants go at it. There's a mechanic here called Dusim. Do any of these guys have any military skills? No, you're a novice mechanic. It's only 3 of them. 4. There's another one, dwarven child, 18 years old, almost a dwarven adult. I'm at my best under pressure. A peasant, 19 years old. Well, you know, if we got so many dwarves in the fortress now that really they need to prove their worth, right? They need to... Oh, one of the unicorns is missing. Oh no, there it is. Okay. So we're digging this out here. For a second I thought he'd fallen into the water. Like I was about to get really annoyed then. I thought he'd fallen into the water. Alright. Okay. So there's this here. We start by channeling this out here. The merchants will leave soon. Good. We then channel this and this out. Then channel this and this out. Alright. Then we channel this out. Hopefully the dwarf doesn't try and stand on the platform when we channel that out. Okay, so this is now connected to... So this block is now connected to the sides here. So we start by channeling these 4 out here. We then channel that one there. Then channel these 3 there. Actually, we have to do this one at a time. We need the dwarves to do this in the correct order. Cancel that one. Oh, one of my miners has been taken by a Fey Mood. Okay. Alright. So the only thing that's keeping this here is now this single block here, this cavern floor here. So if we channel that... Oh, feck A. Okay, he survived. Did he get hurt? No. He just got stunned. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So you can see this water here, that's just the water that was below going up. You can see it's going to spread out, but it'll go away again, that's not Aquifer. So we've collapsed part of the cavern. We've collapsed part of that there, right? Now you can see here, this has now all been covered up, but that should mean that these 3x3 blocks here are not Aquifer, right? So I know that it says it's damp because it's damp from above, right? So this way, if we build a staircase here, and bomb wreck one of our miners. You see, this is not filling up with water. So by using the cave-in, we can now get 1 level below. Like, all these other tiles here, they're gonna fill with water, which is the scary part. Okay. We'll continue with that in a second. The point is that we got our way into the Aquifer now. After some very careful stuff. The unicorns are still here. Our migrants have just been sitting on the edge of the map, I think, just not being able to do anything. Let's see. Migrants. They were here before. Yeah, here they are. So who we got? We got a bone doctor, a dwarven child, a stonecrafter. This guy's a weaponsmith. This guy's a farmer. Okay, what we can actually do is, because we've got 2 entrances on this fortress, in fact. We've actually got 2 different entrances on this fortress. So we'll wait until the merchants are left. I don't want to trap them in here, because otherwise they'll get upset. So once the merchants have left, we'll then close the gates. Although, oh, it looks like they spooked the unicorn out. Okay, that's fine. We'll pull this lever here. That's one of the unicorns now trapped inside here. God, we're just... There's the other unicorn here. It's running away from the miner. Bombwreck. Miner has created no mess to the Dak, a microline quern. He offers it to the boat of worth. Okay, and we'll have a look at that artifact in a second, but... So one of the unicorns has been isolated from the other unicorns. That's actually not the worst possible artifact you could make. It's somewhat useful. In any case. Why are they trying to shear creatures? I thought I already told them to stop that task because all our sheep are dead. We've not got any sheep anymore. So I thought I told them to stop with that labor, unless I didn't cancel it. Where is it? Shear animal. Cancel that. Don't even try and shear animals anymore. Okay. So, what I want to do is I want to make a construction here. Actually, I'm going to do this. All right. Well, let's first of all see if the we're going to see first of all whether the layer beneath this layer is also aquifer. So we're just going to tell them to dig down, and if they cancel this because of damp, then we know that this is also aquifer. This could just be a one-level aquifer, which is what we're hoping for, you know, because if we have, then we've breached the first level of the aquifer. No, so this is also damp. All right, how are we going to do this then? Because what I want to do is I want to dig out this square here, and then the water will pump into here, and then we want to pump it out. But you can't pump water off of a staircase. This ideally should be a ramp. We should have dug this down as a ramp instead of a staircase. This is me being an idiot. Dig a ramp here, I suppose. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. That immediately fills with water. So you see this is now filled with water again. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a pump, and we're going to try and pump the water out faster than it fills up, just into this hallway, and then we're going to send someone down here to start smoothing these walls to get rid of that, and it's going to be a very slow and tedious process, but then we'll be down one layer, and then we'll have to figure out a way to get into the next level.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to Deaf Folks. Thanks for the follow. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a pain in the arse. It's probably going to take us a long time. I had hoped that we'd gone past the aquifer, but obviously things don't work out that way. The unicorn is in here. So what I'm thinking is that we open up our fortress now. There's only one unicorn left that's outside the fortress, which is this one here. So we open the fortress up again. We can send our military squad in. They do all have axes. Only one of them has adequate armor. But I'm hoping that the fact that they've all got axes should just be enough that they'll be able to kill this unicorn. It's only one unicorn. We've got 4 dwarves, all of them who have got axes, all of them who have been training in using their axes. So they're all decent axe dwarves. And if we're lucky, then maybe that'll be enough. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to try and do. So let's pull this lever here. And let's schedule this squad to stand here. The moment we open this lever as well, the migrants who are stuck outside the fortress will notice that there's a way in. So they're also going to path towards this, which means that they will likely pass by the unicorn. So we will now send our military squad up here to try and kill the unicorn. Hopefully this works. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but Malfo is here. He's the first one in, and he's immediately heavily bleeding, and he's lost the ability to stand. But the unicorn is also heavily bleeding. So you know, make of that what you will. The other dwarves are now chasing down the heavily bleeding unicorn. Lorbam here. And Mebzov, they both don't have armor either, but they've managed to kill the unicorn. So which one of you got the kill? This guy here, military kills. Yeah, Lorbam killed a unicorn. Finally, one of the unicorns is dead. And now we just have this guy here. Let's have a look at his health. Well, we don't know what's wrong with him. We do... Oh, his left foot is gone. I think this guy here, I think he doesn't need to be in the military anymore, but we should be able to save him. We should be able to save him. We do have a we do have a hospital, so someone should come up here and grab him. The unicorn is now dead. And they've now also found the corpses of all the stuff that was outside, including the dead dwarf and child. There is still one more. There is still one more unicorn in the fortress, which is just trapped in here. But at the very least, we have been able to get rid of one of them here. So someone should come and try and save this guy. But hopefully, we've only lost 2 dwarves to the unicorns, like 2 of them, and they were 2 dwarven children. They will now be laid to rest in here. We need to designate these as tombs actually in order for that to happen. So let's just quickly do that. Multi. Done. Yeah. We don't want their ghosts haunting the fortress. I think he's been given a crutch. Yeah. So, unfortunately, we're going to kick this guy out of the military. There's no reason for him to stay in the military because, like, well, he's lost one of his feet, which means that he would not be a good military dwarf anyway. So, we'll just kick him out of the military. He can go back to being an old dwarf. He's done his duty. So, yeah, he can go do other things now. How dangerous could a child ghost be? Incredibly dangerous, Brelix. Sorry, Freeport. Like, all ghosts in this game are incredibly dangerous. There's no such thing as a ghost that isn't, right? Like, they're just incredibly dangerous creatures. Okay, so now we're going to try and build a pipe. So let's add a new task here. So pipe, what is it? It's a pipe section. Wait, can we actually build pipes out of here? I don't think we can. I think we need wood in order to do that, don't we? We need a pipe section. Yeah, it needs to be made out of wood, or I guess it could be made out of clay or something else. We'll just make it out of wood. We need a screw. We might be able to make the screw here. I don't think so. No. I know you can make screws out of metal, but we'll just make it out of wood, because even if we were making it out of metal, we'd still need wood. And then we need a block, which we've got. Okay. Now that the fortress is open, and now that the unicorns have been dealt with, provided that no more unicorns show up, we do have kangaroos, and they could also become agitated. But I'm hoping that kangaroos are a little bit easier to countenance than... The reason unicorns are so dangerous is because they got horns, right? They got the horns. They stab your dwarves, and that's the main reason that they're so deadly. Is because they just straight up stab. You know, they stab your dwarves to death. You know, we saw them stab that Mark's dwarf to death earlier, right? And it's just basically an instant death at that point. That's why they need armor, because once they got armor, it's no issue. You know, the unicorn won't be able to get through the armor. Although even then, like, one of the guys that killed that Mark's dwarf was armored, so you know that I say that it's not an issue, but again, it's like it could still be an issue. But at least if your dwarves are skilled enough, then they should be able to survive, right? So now they got wood again for the first time in a long time, and they're just going to collect all that up, and they'll start making all their stuff again. And I know that they cancelled the tasks that I set up. I wanted them to make those. Pipe, make a wooden pipe section, make a wooden screw. Do both of these as priority. I need those now. I don't think we'll need more than one. We might need two, actually. We'll make 2 pipes. We'll make enough so that we can make 2 pipes. It's a shame that agitated animals just are immune to cages, that they don't respect cages. I wonder if that's a bug or if it's intended. Because, like in previous versions, they would definitely not have been immune to cages. Like, this unicorn would not have been able to walk over the cages without triggering them, so... I'm not sure if that's like a new thing, or if it's just like a... if it's like a thing that's... That comes. I think it must be something to do with them being agitated specifically. Maybe agitated animals are just immune to that. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So we go to our machine and fluids here, and then we build a screw pump. And the screw pump is going to... I think that's correct, yeah. The screw pump is going to go here, and then it should be able to draw this fluid out of here. And we're going to try and have them draw the water out faster than it appears. And we got this entire length of corridor that the water can go down. So it should be the case that you know, they should be okay with this. We just gotta wait until they move this down here. And then this way we'll be able to pump the water out of here, and then we'll be able to start smoothing this over. Just wait until they bring the rest of this junk here. Or actually, maybe we could... Cancel that. Would this work? No, because it has to drain into the level below it, I think. No. Yeah, sorry, I'm like thinking about this. I'm not 100% on these mechanics. There's definitely going to be like a much better way of doing this than how I'm doing it. Like it's still the case that I don't really do these kind of things often with aquifers, especially not heavy aquifers. Like it's a completely different kettle of fish. This is, but we'll try it and we'll see. Okay, there we go. So a dwarf should eventually come and start pumping this manually, and then once they've done that, we'll see all the water will start flowing out of here, and large amounts of water. There we go. Right. So you see for a brief moment there's no water here on this tile. So what we can do is we can designate this to be engraved. And we don't need it on this side, just on this side here. So whilst the dwarf is pumping that out, someone should be able to come down here and engrave this. So they stopped because the dangerous terrain, but so long as they... Looks like they stopped pumping, actually. That's fine. So it'll take them a while to get through this. It'll take them a while to actually to actually smooth all this down. But once they smooth this down, once the dwarf comes and stands here and starts making a little bit of progress in smoothing this down, they keep cancelling the pumping job because they consider it dangerous terrain. I wonder if maybe we can stop them from doing that by just building a wall here. That's blocks, and then building a door here. Then just a... Oh no! Did that dwarven baby get out? Oh, okay, okay. Combat over skills. Someone accidentally brought their baby down into the watery depths with them, and they almost drowned. All right, let's cancel this pumping for now. I'll have the dwarves build this here so that hopefully they will. Yeah, hopefully they will. They'll be fine there. Yeah. So someone will carry a door all the way downstairs. That took them a little bit. Construction. Build a wall there. So basically, that way they can stand in here pumping it out, but they won't be stopped from pumping because of the water. So if we set this to start there, then they should be able to come and do that. So they'll stand here now, but they're not going to be like they're not going to cancel the job because of the water. So hopefully that's going to be enough. We'll see. Yeah, you can see they're not cancelling the job anymore. You know, we can cancel that whenever. What are you doing all the way down here? Did you really have to walk all the way down here to get a stone in order to make something? Okay, there we go. Right. So now we can stop pumping this. You see here, all of this is now smooth, right? So this is all smoothed out. So now, this is the fun part, we do the same on this side. Right, and obviously that immediately fills it with water again, and it starts flooding this with water. So we deconstruct this. Screw pump. I have no idea what's going on in the rest of my fortress whilst this is happening. I'm just so focused on trying to get through this sodding aquifer. Once we've gone through it, we've done it, and we never have to do it again, or at least until the next time that we need to get through an aquifer. Then let's deconstruct this door. Let's construct a wall here. Just use the closest material. Autumn has come. This is going to take ages. Ages and ages and ages. It's probably a better way of doing this. Alright, start pumping that one. Why is this 15-year-old child playing in the open doorway? Come on. There we go. We've set up a military, but only one of them has armor. Actually, I need to assign a couple more dwarves to the military. You've actually reminded me of that. Thanks for reminding me, because one of them lost his foot in the battle against the unicorns. So he needs to probably fill in. So we got 4 dwarves. So I'll assign 5. So I'll just take. We got a pump operator here. We'll just take this farmer here. We'll throw him in the military. So we have got some military dwarves here. They should already have equipment set up, but as you can see, like most of them don't have any actual armor, and that's the problem. Is we don't have the armor for them. Oh no, they are on 24/7 training without the armor. I'm just saying that they don't have the armor, which is why I'm trying to get through to the caverns, so that we can start getting magma production. We can then start producing armor reliably without having to rely on the outside. But before I can do that, I need to get through the aquifer. So it's just I'm not like I'm not the best at this aquifer business. You can stop that now. Okay, so where are we at then? So we've got on these two. So we got on a 3x3 area here. I guess we could try. Maybe we could try. Doesn't the aquifer drain into itself? Pretty sure it does. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna experiment with this. We're gonna try and experiment because again, this is me not exactly remembering how these things work. I'm pretty sure that an aquifer from above will drain into itself. So you can drain the aquifer into itself that way. So like if we open this up here. The outpost liaison has arrived. Okay, right. Now it's time that we kill the last unicorn. That's a movie, isn't it? The Last Unicorn. I think I remember that. So the Dwarven Caravan has arrived.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kanatar Yui, for following as well. But the caravan has arrived. So if we pull the lever now, where the last unicorn is, then the merchants from the caravan should walk into there, and hopefully the merchant's guard will kill the unicorn. The last book, is that really the last book in the Chronicles of Narnia? I swear there was also a movie called The Last Unicorn. I think it was the Don Bluth movie. And immediately we open that and the unicorn is charging off to somewhere. I'm not sure what it's doing. It's overcome by terror. That's a bit rich coming from the unicorn. You know what? It's only one unicorn. We'll send our military squad to go kill it. They don't have armor. They all have axes, though. So, yeah, there we go. They killed the unicorn. Okay, Human Lasher even killed the unicorn, perhaps. The unicorn knocked over one of our axe dwarves, but didn't do any damage to it. So we killed the final unicorn. So we don't have to worry about unicorns for a little bit. So Mebsorth here was the one who killed Skull Thunder. It'll probably only be a couple of days until more evil unicorns show up, but at least we got those ones out of the way. It's a shame we couldn't capture it in the cage. Right, what was I thinking? Yes, I don't want anything in particular off of you. They want bracelets and goblets. I don't really mind that. We will trade with them because we've got loads of crafts to sell. So I've been making crafts non-stop basically this entire time. So if we go to our bins here, you can see we've got loads of bins that are just filled with things, and like here we got like loads of giant raven bone figurines and scepters, and we got some giant raven bone stuff here. You also got some old rotten clothing, so yeah, we can just sell a bunch of this stuff. We'll buy some clothing with it because we haven't been making any clothing, and we'll also buy some cloth, and then once we've done that, we will start making new clothing for our dwarves, because we'll have a bunch of cloth that we can use. We'll also buy sheep or any other animals if they got them available, because most of our animals are now dead, or at least a lot of our valuable ones are. So let's get that done. There. The weasel is fighting. It's a weasel falling into the river. That happens quite a lot. None of my dwarves have fallen into the river yet, which makes me quite happy. You know, dwarves love trading and dwarves love swimming, just not at appropriate times. This track here, this is my favorite. It's the favorite. This is my favorite track. I've been using the search thing on the world screen to avoid all aquifers while I'm still learning normal mechanics. What I would suggest there, folks, is that it's worth probably settling somewhere where there is a it's probably worth settling somewhere where there is a where's it? Sorry, I'm trying to think of the word. A light aquifer, and the reason for that is that light aquifers are really not that bad. Okay, yeah. So here's what I remembered now. This is just what I remembered. So an aquifer from a level above will actually drain into the level below. So you see here how it's just always on 1. So that's because the water is going from here, but it's immediately going into this tile, which is the level beneath. Which means that we can now tell our dwarves to come and smooth this. And they'll struggle with it, but they'll get there eventually. And they'll smooth out all this wall, because we're now draining it into the aquifer below. Sorry, yeah, enough of that. Enough of me very slowly getting through the aquifer. But yeah, light aquifers are really no trouble at all. It's just a matter of you know, keeping an eye on what they're doing and making sure that you're doing that fast enough. How can a silver goblet contain an item? Unless the silver goblet's got booze in it. Maybe someone was carrying the goblet and then they got attacked by a unicorn. Let's sell all of this junk. So again, we just got loads of rings, loads of shells and things, and just like all this kind of stuff that we really don't need, but we're going to sell a whole chunk of it, because again, that's a smart. I don't want to do that. The thing is that there might be stuff inside this bin that I don't want to sell, so I don't want to just sell everything in here. Although to be honest, I wouldn't mind selling just a single silver goblet. That wouldn't upset me. So we sell that one. This one, we'll sell that. Yeah, that one's only got crafts in it. I think this one also only has crafts in it. It might also have some like rotten clothing, which I also don't mind. It's got these skunk leather quivers, but I'll sell those because I'm really not using Mark's dwarves are kind of bugged at the moment, so until that's been fixed, I would advise against using any Mark's dwarves. Just have your normal military dwarves, you know, just your axe dwarves or whatever. But we sold all this bone like crafts that we've been making this entire time. And in return, we're going to buy some bins. We won't buy this one because it's really high expense. We just want to buy the cheapest bins that they got with clothing. So we'll buy the cloth here. We'll buy... So that's one cloth bin there. Another cloth bin there. So that's a bunch of cloth. We'll buy a bit of alcohol. We don't need alcohol. We've got plenty of alcohol. So we won't do that. We'll buy the pigtail vest, buy these shoes. We don't want to buy the copper gauntlets. We will buy though We'll buy the leather bin because leather is really cheap. And again, it's you can make clothing out of leather. So we'll buy that. We'll buy this cloth bin because it's another really cheap cloth bin. We'll buy that one for the same reason. You know what? Go on. We'll buy that one too, and we'll buy this leather bin. Another cloth bin. And we could buy some food maybe. I mean, it's one of those things where you really can never have enough of it. Buy some cheese. We don't make cheese in our fortress, so we'll buy some cheese. Cheese is like, we don't make it ourselves. So if you've got any dwarves who have a preference for cheese, then they'll appreciate the fact that you know they've maybe been able to buy their preferred cheese. And then other than that, I don't think there's anything else. Maybe we'll buy a couple of sheets. We'll give the traders a really healthy profit here. Hopefully they'll accept this. No. Our negotiator is not very good at negotiating, so we're gonna have to be a bit less generous. We'll take off. There was one bin in particular that was really expensive. It was this one. We will buy some cave silk. We'll just buy some of the individual silk bits in here. But we don't need all this silk, so we'll do that. Trade that. We gave them a really high value trade there. Yeah, I like to buy all the leather possible as well. There's really not that many things that the traders sell that are like super important. I think I'm just cancelling some important fights I should be paying attention to actually. Oh, agitated rabbits again. Some of them are just drowning. Okay. Wait, what? Ugh. Okay, one of my dwarves drowned in the where I'm trying to do the there. What am I trying to achieve with all the aquifer digging? I want to get through this. So, if you're new to Dwarf Fortress, you might not be new to it actually, but basically the world is structured such that there are kind of like different levels. So you start with your soils, then the next level down is your kind of rocks, then you go to the caverns. I want to breach the caverns first of all. So I want to breach the caverns because inside the caverns there's going to be loads of trees, there's going to be loads of mushroom trees. So that if we ever get in a situation again where we're locked inside our fortress because of unicorn, then we can then cut down trees inside the cavern instead of having to wait until the unicorns all just get killed in order to be able to get more wood. So that's the first reason. The second reason is because if you go even further down past the cavern levels, there's another level which is the what you call it? Sorry, I forgot the word for it. The magma sea. So at the very, very bottom of the world, there's the magma sea, which means that if we get to the magma sea, we can then devise a system to get magma up to the surface. Or even if we don't get the magma to the surface, we can still do something like perhaps we could, I don't know, we could make we can make some forges down there, and then that way we don't have to use charcoal, right? Giant mosquito attacking here. So this is a bit of a vulnerability here, and I also think that now these cage traps, they're now useless, aren't they? Because we confirmed that agitated creatures do not care about cave traps at all. It's only the one mosquito. We'll send our military in to kill it. Did it set off the weapon trap? I think it did. Yeah, so they do set off the weapon traps, though. So you can see here, it did set off the weapon trap, and it did get struck by the weapon trap. So there's a couple of different like there's to get past the heavy aquifer, it's a real struggle sometimes. Like it can involve a very deep process because you see how quickly the water fills into here. If it's a light aquifer, nowhere near as difficult as this. Like with a light aquifer, all you would do is you would dig out you dig out your staircase like this. Like you dig out your staircase like normal, and then you would just tell someone to smooth all the walls, and they would get the smoothing done before it even filled with water because it's so much slower. It's like 100th of the speed as this is. So that's why I say a light aquifer is really not that hard to deal with. It's when you're getting into the heavy aquifer that's the real problem. Also, this guy here, he got attacked by the giant mosquito, and then I'm guessing what he did in the fight was he dodged into the river, and then he landed in the river and drowned. So yeah, we've lost another dwarf. This time as a result of a giant mosquito. We're actually going to have to make a couple of slabs here. So this is important as well. This is another really important thing if you're new to the game. Always memorialize any dead dwarf. If any of your dwarves die for any reason, memorialize them. Make sure that they've got a tomb for their corpse. If you can't get their corpse, you know, we can't get this guy's corpse. It's in the river. There's no way we're going to get it out of the river. But at the very least, we need to make him a slab. We need to engrave it to him, and then we need to put the slab somewhere. It's vitally important that you always do this. Because if you don't do this, then your fortress can be haunted by the ghosts of dead dwarves. And in the best case scenario, those ghosts will just make your dwarves really upset. In the worst case scenario, ghosts can be murderous. They can actually kill your dwarves. So you need to make sure that you're on top of that. Always have tombs. Always have, try and have tombs that are available for dwarves who die, so that they can just be quickly interred. This has taken a very long time, unfortunately. My dwarves are probably learning how to swim, actually. Let's have a look at their skills. Yeah, dabbling swimmer. Ghosts are just population control. Ghosts are a real irritant. So, you know what? So at the moment, I've got them all trying to carve different ones. So I'm gonna mass cancel that. We're going to do that one first. Then this one. No, now Dwarven Baby is drowned. Well, this is population control, trying to get through this aquifer. Wait, how did an agitated weasel get all the way down here? Just on the surface being irritating. Oh, God. Features. We might have to reconsider our approach if this is not going to work. It might be that I need to go and do some reading. Yeah, okay. We've managed to engrave another wall here, but still, it's like loads of dwarves are now just drowning in here. We've lost like 3 different dwarves just in this pit of water alone. They're just drowning in there. They are slowly getting there with it, but like we've already lost 3 dwarves on this project. Now it's causing miasma stink. All right. what we'll do is we'll focus on other things for now. I think I need to do a little bit of reading on aquifers, and I need to think about this a bit more critically, because I'd kind of gone into the stream expecting that I'd already gone past the aquifer problem. So I think what I need to do is I need to just think about how we're going to get through there, and maybe once I thought about it, kind of try again, because we've already lost too many dwarves. I think now we just need to focus on memorializing the dwarves who have all died. So I'm not exactly sure which ones they are, unfortunately. I know some of them, so let's just we'll start with this one over here. So this guy is Iden. So we'll start by engraving to Iden, engrave memorial slab. So so you can see on this list here who's been tombed. The ones at the bottom, some of those are like this here. Some of these are just the unicorns. You can engrave slabs to unicorns if you want to. Not sure why you would bother. You know, if you really wanted to commemorate that you'd killed some kind of nasty creature. So, sorry, let me just check those names again. Nomal, that's one of them. Let's look for Nomal. So this guy, Nomal, we need one for him. And then this guy was Iden. Iden Tith. Ah, pressing buttons and then accidentally doing hotkey stuff. Okay. Engrave. So this guy here. So that's two of them. We need a couple more slabs, I think. Dwarven child has become possessed. Okay. That's nothing to do with ghosts, by the way. So yeah, let's make a couple more slabs. Slabs. Make rock slab. Make slab. You engrave the unicorns so you can put the slabs in your fortress's public bathrooms. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's one way to look at it, yeah. So here, we got this here. This is a memorial. This is the baby that drowned. In memory of the dwarf Nomal Esthercatten, born 106, drowned in the year 106. The colour pale taupe made him happy. How do we know that? He was a 0-year-old child. That seems really oddly specific. God, we're gonna need more. We got exactly one free coffin at the moment as well. We're gonna need more of them soon. Why don't we make a memorial room for these guys? Let's dig a channel over here. And then let's make a we'll make a room for them to have their memorial in. We'll make the room here, so this will be like a small memorial chamber just on this side. Then we'll just dig out to connect these to this. So we got the possessed dwarf. He's claimed a Crass Dwarf workshop? What's he carrying? This is 11 years old. He's currently carrying... Trade is the lifeblood of the thriving society. Not sure what he's carrying. Gem shining. Okay. So this dwarf here, you see this? He's saying rough color, trees, life, gems, stone, rock. He's demanding things that we don't have access to. I think what he wants is he wants to have a cut gem. So I'm going to tell one of my dwarves to just grab a gem and cut it. I don't really care which one they do. Just any of them. So they're going to cut some pink jades. Then I'm pretty sure as soon as that's been cut, he should then rush off to go and grab that. Yeah, and you can see he immediately went and grabbed them. So... he's going to take those and use those. He still wants more gems. So we'll cut some more gems again. We'll just stack up a couple of those gem orders. This is probably going to be a pretty valuable artifact if he's using things like gems in its construction. Although these gems are not worth very much because they're just pink jades. We could have been a bit more specific. Like we could say, for example, let's cancel this task. Cut gems and... these are all the gems in the fortress. Probably, I don't know gem values off the top of my head, but I'm guessing amethyst is going to be the most value out of those, so we'll use amethyst. So we'll cut some amethyst, and then he'll use amethyst in his thing. He's also saying that he needs rough color. I'm not sure what rough color is, off the top of my head. I think it might be glass. I have a feeling he's after glass as well. He says trees life, which means he wants wood, but we've got wood, so we know that that's not what he wants. Dwarves will grab the objects that they need in order, right? So he'll grab them in a specific order. So even though he says he needs wood, and he's not telling us what kind of wood he wants, yeah. Oh, he wants rough gems. Okay, we have plenty of rough gems, so I think he just wants another. I think he just wants another cut gem, which we don't have at the moment. So we'll cut this amethyst, and then we'll see if he grabs that. And yeah, there we go. He's gone to grab the amethyst. Radiant cut amethyst. These are worth 400 compared to 40 on the other ones. So yeah, now that he's grabbed those, he's going to go and grab some other junk, and we'll throw it all together, and we'll see what kind of artifact he makes. Probably not something brilliant, because it's in a craft dwarf workshop, which kind of limits the amount of useful things he could possibly make. There you go. And as soon as he starts saying this, as soon as he starts saying the name, that's going to be the name of the artifact. So he's got everything he needs for that. But yeah, let's start putting up these slabs then. So constructions, furniture, slab. You know, I don't know if slabs block engraving. I'm going to smooth and engrave all of this on the off chance that slabs do block engraving, because I want to have this engraved. Or it doesn't need to be engraved, maybe. Maybe it can just be... we can engrave it. Let's just check our creatures. Do we have any ghosts in the fortress? We have more unicorns. But I don't see any ghosts in the list. Ghosts will show up in the list if they're actually here. We could also put some statues down here. We got loads of statues, I think. Oh, we got more migrants as well. But we got some statues, like earthenware statues. They're not very valuable, but we could place them anyway. Like, we got a statue of a fire snake. Oh, we got a statue of a one-humped camel, of a monarch butterfly man, of the mighty monarch himself. Let's put a statue of the monarch in our fortress, and then we'll settle this to be engraved. And then once it's been engraved, we'll start putting the slabs down. Onol Yusrif Cordum, Dwarven Child, has created Nesthanism and Claystone Scepter. She offers it to the boat of Worth. We didn't check out other artifact, did we? So we'll have a look at both of our artifacts now. So if we go to our objects here, we had this one here, which was the Diversion of Clans, which was a Kern, I think. So this, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. All craft dwarf is of the highest in quality. It is encrusted with trillion cut amethysts. On the item is an image of slabs in microline. Maybe if we'd had a look at that artifact earlier, we would have had an insight into our future, considering how many slabs we're making at the moment. Oh, this one's much better. This is a claystone scepter. All craft dwarf is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with cushioned claystone cabicons and pear-cut amethysts, and encircled with bands of pear-cut pink jades. This object menaces with spikes of morion. On the item is an image of the silken nut, the claystone scepter, in pearwood, so it's got a picture of itself on it. So it's a self-referential artifact. Have we really run out of limonite? I guess we haven't been mining up here. This is where we got all the limonite from. Oh, and we've also established our first guild, so they're going to petition for a guild hall in a second. So engraved on the floor here is an image of the human ice and vice crests. I actually know who this is. This was a human dwarf who drowned in the river earlier on in the fortress. The Guild of Boars has many members in Machine School and it now requires a guild hall. The location must be built and furnished with a halls designated for a farmer's guild. Do you approve this request? I always approve guild requests because it just makes dwarves happy. It gives the dwarves another location for them to do things in. So I think guilds, generally speaking, are useful. I've seen some people play this and they kind of ignore the requests. But I would always accept any kind of petition along those lines, so long as you know that you can fulfill it. We can make a guild hall for them, no problem, and you know, we'll be able to do that, and it'll be a very fine guild hall, I'm sure. But if you get those kind of requests, I really suggest that you accept them, because it's just another thing that makes your dwarves happy, and you don't have to you know, it's not a great deal of effort to do that. So that one's one of the engraved ones there. Furniture, slab. I don't think that was one of them. There we go. So who are the other two dwarves that we didn't manage to engrave the thing to? Okay, the unicorns are gone. So there's Aerith and Ezem. Aerith and Ezem. Aerith and Ezem. Let's remember that. Aerith and Ezem. Aerith? And then Ezem. So we'll get those last two engraved. And did we have any other interesting dwarves arrive? So we did have that weaponsmith from earlier, who I still haven't assigned to anything. But it looks like the majority of this wave is just more kind of peasants, and we got some dwarven children and the likes again. What I'll do is we'll assign that. So we do have the talented weaponsmith. We'll assign him to be a metal crafter, so he can become one of our metal crafters. Because obviously,
Thank you very much.
Jadao, thanks for the follow. Loads of sparring. I kind of hate how this notification pops up here, because like my instinct is always to click on it, but it's just the sparring notification. So that's that. People were asking like, what kind of things would I change? That's one of them I would change. Okay, but in any case, we got those two slabs up. We got the memorial. So let's have a look at this memorial then. Not this. This is an image of a goblin striking down a goblin. What's this? This is an image of Aiden, born 62, drowned in the year 106, loving mother. So I think she was the mother of the dwarf who died. Who drowned the dwarven child. Okay, so let's work on that guild hall then. We haven't been able to get through the Aquifer. As I said before, I think we're going to tackle the Aquifer in a different stream. But we'll at least build the guild hall. Now, do we want to build the guild hall on the same level as the temples? I don't really see any reason not to be honest. We could do that. We could dig out an area over here. We've got this as the kind of like temple area, so we could do some guild halls on this side instead. So maybe we could start by digging that out there, digging that up here, and then just kind of digging this down to here. And then we've got spaces for guild halls. I don't think these are these actually... Do I want to make my guild halls the exact same shape as my temples? It's like that'd be what it'd be like, right? If we did it like that. Although these are actually a bit smaller than on this side, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, but only 1, 2, 3 on this side. So these are a bit smaller. Maybe we make them kind of circular. Like little circular rooms. And for the time being, we're only going to need one. So this is the only one we're going to need. But we could always prepare, and we could always get get it ready for some future ones. So we could have like a temple here. We could have like a statue in the middle, and then they can kind of congregate around there. So I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think that'll do. Just tell them not to dig up that side yet. Don't really need them to. And then we can always put some more statues here. I think what we should do is maybe it's time that we use some of that platinum that we made earlier. Maybe it's time that we make some platinum statues. So why don't we do that? So platinum statue. We'll make I don't know. We'll make 5 statues out of platinum. I think we've got bars of platinum. We've got I mean, we've got a load of iron. We've got a load of silver. Let's make them out of silver then. We'll use the silver instead of the platinum, but we'll make some silver statues, and that'll really help with the value of the fortress. Because at the moment we're only a hamlet, and we don't want to just be a hamlet forever, do we? We want to try and become the mighty. We want to become the mountain home. We're taking the fight to the unicorns, and we're going to make this into our new capital city. So of course we want to make sure that. That we've got that, don't we? So yeah, a new meeting area here. Then we add a location, and then we add a guild hall. And you can see here, these are all the different guilds that are possible. It's a farmers guild that we want. So when they got 12 members, when they got 10 members, they'll petition to set up a guild, so that's when you're going to need to do that. Yes, you can. You can do that. I'll show you how if you want. So you can tell a dwarf to make a statue of something specific. So I don't know if we'll be able to catch it in time. There's smelting tetrahedrite here. Let me guess. Is this? Wait, has my note... I'm going to guess... I bet you anything that my manager's died. No, they're still alive. Okay, but let's just do it manually then. So, if we wanted to make a statue of... a silver statue. So, make a silver statue. If you press this button here, this magnifying glass, that lets you set details about the statue. So for example, you could say related to a historical figure, and this will give you a list of every single historical figure in the game. So this is all the historical figures. These are all the people who have had influence in the world in one way or another. Now it can be a little bit tricky to find who you're looking for, because if I type in camel, for example, it's not going to give me a list of all the camels. It's going to give me a list of people who've got the word camel in their name. So you need to know the name of whoever it is that you're trying to make the statue of. Alternatively, if you wanted the statue to be a bit more generic, you can make a statue relating to a site. So you could pick so this is Machine Skull, for example. Machine Skull. So they can make a statue relating to the fortress. We can make one relating to a civilization. Now, you can even go further than that, and you can specify a new image, and this gives you a lot of choices. So, let's say that we wanted a statue of a unicorn. It is an image of a unicorn, and we could then add another one. So we could add a dwarf. And a dwarf. And then we can do an action. So X is being admired by Y. So let's say the unicorn is being mutilated by the dwarf. Action or relation. I don't know. We could say The unicorn is screaming. The dwarf is laughing. And, you know, so on and so on. And then you press done. And just like that, someone will start making this silver statue that we specified. Yeah, it's a really intricate system. You can do a lot with it. Yeah, so someone's now going to make that horrifying statue that I've just asked them to make. So yeah, you can, you know, there's some real options there, and you can let them be creative as well. You know, you don't have to specify a specific image. You could just let them kind of go with it and see what they come up with. So, you know, if we told them to make a statue based on this site, who knows what they'd make? They'd probably make a statue of a dwarf drowning. To be honest. But yeah, say you wanted a statue of right there, silver statue of a unicorn. So yeah, we need to meet the obligations of this guild. So you'll see here that in order for it to become a guild hall, we need to reach a certain value, and in this case, it's 6,000. So that's why we need statues and things. We need to have 6,000 worth of value in there in order for this to upgrade to the next level. So that's why we need to make, you know, fancy statues and things. I think we could also perhaps make some silver doors. Because we'll need doors to get into here, so we'll tell them to make some doors out of silver. So let's say make silver doors. We should probably just have a stockpile of silver doors available all the time, because it's one of those things where you know, if we got less than 10 silver doors, just make more silver doors. Because we're never going to need... They're kind of fancy. We need them in a lot of places. It's nice to have different options. So, yeah, we'll make some doors out of silver. Dwarves will use the guild hall in order to basically socialize, but they'll also use it to train each other. So, what you'll see is that the dwarves will go to the guild hall in order to do demonstrations. You know, to say, you know, this is how you farm, and in this way, dwarves will train each other on their spare time. They'll actually get better at their jobs in their spare time. So guilds are really worth it. You don't even have to wait until an official guild has been established. You could make a guild hall for weaponsmithing, for example. And then your dwarves will slowly train up in weaponsmithing until they're, you know, and they'll slowly become better at weaponsmithing, and they'll pass those skills on to other dwarves. I just don't usually bother with it myself until I get the requests. So winter's here. We've made it through an entire year, and once they've engraved this, engraving is the easiest way in the world to get value up as well. So you should always make sure that anything that you build that has a value need, make sure that you build it on a stone level, because again, it's an easy way to just get free, you know, kind of free experience. So. Seeking to parlay. Okay, that's a new one. I have not seen this system before. So the cruelty of picks wishes to parlay in order to avert the loss of life. Do you approve this request? Yes, I approve. I don't know what that did, but I'm thinking that they're going to send like a messenger or someone. In any case, the siege is here. We closed both the gates. Oh god, that is a lot of goblins. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 in total. We're not going to give up any of my artifacts. I will close down the entire fortress before I even countenance giving them anything. I will hunker this whole fortress down before I even consider it. So yeah, that's just not going to happen, I'm afraid. Look at all these corpses and things in here. Alright. The fortress is closed. There's no way in. Well, there are a couple of ways in, actually. So they could get in here. What I'm going to do is, there's a couple of traps that I didn't set up before. So we're going to set up a trap here. Claystone mechanisms. We're going to use... we're just going to use 5 of those copper short swords. So at some point in the winter, this river is going to freeze. So when this river freezes, they'll be able to walk into the fortress through here. But I'm hoping that because we've got the weapon traps in the corridor, and we've got the cage traps, maybe we'll be able to fight them in this corridor. But it is going to be a bit of a risk. Let's unforbid those doors. Cancel that. I just want to unforbid them. Open those doors again. We could just close off this entrance here. There's also this one here. Technically, we'll just close this door. Technically, they could climb down here and climb up here and get into the fortress this way as well. Probably wouldn't go good for them because there's a whole bunch of people in here. But in any case...
Thank you very much.
Thanks for the follow. In any case, thanks for the follow. But then they get trash buckshot in their face. Can we take them on? How's my dwarf doing? Your dwarf is still alive, and I think we could take them on. Although it'd be a really tough one. Like we've got our axe dwarves here, but again they don't have any weapon armor. But we have time. We have time where we can make them armor. I've been putting it off. Let's have a check our stocks. Charcoal, 16 bits of charcoal, so that's 16 charcoal jobs. So let's cancel this task here to make silver doors. We won't make any more silver doors for the time being. They'll finish that one, but we'll stop that task, and we'll also stop the task. It looks like we've already finished the silver statues. So let's start making some iron armor. We've got plenty of iron available. So we're going to start doing that then. So we got 4 dwarves. So iron helmets. We want to have 4 iron helmets. You can eat. By the way, here's a neat thing. So if you have anyone in your fortress who's not a dwarf, you can actually specify item sizes. So if you wanted to make an iron helmet that's large enough for a sponge man, then you can do that. I mean, you almost never need to, but just so that you're aware of that option. Then iron. We should also then make some iron mail shirts. So we'll make 4 of those. Then we'll make iron leggings. Wait for those. Then iron buckler. Make 4 of those. So that'll be a start. Those are kind of like the most immediate things that I think we'll need to make. The Spongeman armor would presumably need to be square shaped. How's it going? It's going
Thank you
fine.
very much.
Thanks for the raid from Franconian as well. Yeah, like we currently got a siege, but they're just stuck outside the fortress. But eventually they're going to be able to get inside because the river will freeze and then they'll be able to walk up the river. But we're preparing traps for them. I'm not going to close the entire fortress down. I want to fight them head on. I'm confident that we'll be able to kill most of them. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully we don't. Only 6 of them will get trapped in the cages. We could put up some more cage traps. So we could put up another row of cage traps here. So we put one here. Let's add an animal to this restraint here. So we should have some war dogs left. Or maybe all my war dogs died. Yeah, put a war dog on that chain. I've been very much enjoying the Steam Deck. Shame it doesn't have max support though. Did original Dwarf Fortress have max support? I have no idea. That's actually like I actually don't know that. Like I don't know if it did. Perhaps it did, right? Like perhaps it did. I'm not sure what these guys are waiting for. I think they're waiting for me to send a messenger out, but I've never appointed a messenger in this fortress. And I'm not about to start. I'm going to let them wait there until such time that they decide they're going to attack. And the longer they wait outside, the more time it gives us to prepare. We just need the manager to validate these orders. Read these constructions there. Oh, the original one did. Okay, I didn't know that. He's managing the work orders, so he's going to validate those. Let's open the. Let's try that. We'll try. Actually, we'll wait a bit. We'll wait a bit longer. Laptop. We'll wait a bit longer so we get a chance to get more of these weapons made, because now that the order's been done, you can see they're starting to forge these helms and stuff. I mean, it's not all the equipment we need. We also need backpacks for them, for example. Make leather backpacks. I should just make 20 leather backpacks just so I've got them. I said ages. That reminds me. I said ages ago I was going to start making clothing, and I've just not done it. You know what? Here we go. Clothing. We're going to make some tunics. I'm going to make some cloth dresses. Just some one-time order. Cloth socks. So know how much dwarves love socks. Cloth trousers. Then any dwarves who don't have any nice cloth things. Cloth gloves. Cloth shoes. Hoods and cloth as well. I think that'll do. Just tell them to make a bunch of cloth stuff. We've got all this cloth that's just lying around. We're not told them to do it. It's like... that's one of the things I'm going to look forward to, having like Dwarf Hack. You can use that to like more easily manage things like clothing orders. So as soon as that's been validated, our dwarves will start making those clothing, and yeah. Alright, the river's frozen. That should mean, in theory, that our expedition leaders should actually be able to get out now, because they should be able to walk down here in order to parley. It might be that if we go to our tasks here, it might be we need to appoint a messenger. Appoint Imrush. I don't know who that is. They're just a random dwarf, but they got the most skills at it. The Marks dwarf Besmar Kajik Tavers meets with the farmer Dastot Zustafir. The silken nut is the property of our people. Pass the treasure into our possession, and we shall depart in peace. Your claim is worthless here. Trade your lives if you must. The Silken Nook, by the way, was the scepter that was made out of pearwood, and it was very much made in this fortress. We're not allowed to. We're not about to give it up. So let's have a look at our equipment. Unfortunately, we haven't made any of the necessary equipment, but we're going to let them figure out how to get into the fortress. I'm not going to teach them how to do it. They don't have any building destroyers with us, which means that they shouldn't be able to break down any walls. In fact, they might not even be able to figure it out. They should be able to come up the river, but maybe they're going to wait some time for our dwarf to get back inside before they attack. How are our work orders coming along? So we've already forged a couple of the helms and the shirts, so let's just go to our equipment, update equipment, so they'll know that they need to go pick up new equipment. Dying over a pearwood's... It's not just the pearwood stick, it's our pearwood stick. It's not their pearwood stick, it's our pearwood stick. So they're dying over a silly stick, but we're dying over our divine right to own the same stick. You know what? That didn't sound as impressive as I thought it would sound. I should really give like a rousing speech, shouldn't I? I should be like from Shakespeare. So God, what's the speech here? You know what? I'm literally incapable of remembering any right now. There we go. Look at them. They started to get their helmets. Melville here is very bravely going outside to go cut down a tree, I presume. Where is he going? I don't have any burrows set up or anything. Like, he's storing items in stockpile. What could you possibly be storing in stockpile that's so important that you need to go grab it from outside of this? Oh, it's wood, yeah. It's wood. It's a piece of wood that was left out earlier. And this 10-year-old is doing the same. I'm doing fine, he says. Tasks, labor, hauling. Nobody hauls. I'm going to tell them not to haul for the duration of this siege. Because, in fact, I don't even see where the goblins are. So, yeah, here they are. So they're coming down the waterfall. They shouldn't be able to get into here. I'm just going to very quickly construct a wall along here, just out of claystone, and I'm just going to tell them to do that so that that's definitely blocked off. I don't think they can get in that way, but I just want to be 100% sure on that. A ghost is haunting the fortress. Oh, did I not place the memorial slab down? I didn't, did I? One opportune time for the ghost to show up. He's going to have some more friends to join him in the afterlife soon. Yes, that's one there. Yeah, there's the other. So you can see here, they're making our way into the fortress now. So, the waterfall throws. It's not that cold a biome. It's just a pretty particular sort of biome. Okay, well, they've almost all got helmets at least. Waiting for an axe demonstration, picking up equipment. Who the hell is Stodir Channel Planes? Stodir. Oh god, they want their entire band of humans. No, no, am I not? I'm not letting an entire band of humans stay in this fortress to cause issues. No way, no way. All right, there's the first goblin. So we need to march our dwarves out now. Need to station our dwarves here. This dwarven child has decided they want to die. They shot a silver bolt at the child, but they missed. Wait, why is the child running this way? I must withdraw, the child says. Chased down by the goblin pikemen. How fragile we are. Gone. Begone fear. This is truly horrifying. So the goblin pikeman has just killed the dog. Where's my military squad? There's my first military dwarf, Brelix. He's also the slowest military dwarf. I'm surprised he's the first one here. Wait. Oh wait, I thought that said giantess. I thought, okay, sorry. For a second, then I thought it said giantess. I was like, okay, did the giantess starve to death? But no, it didn't. Okay, so who we got here? Embark, our axe dwarf. He's heavily bleeding at the moment. It looks like he got in first and is already dying. Probably again because he didn't have any armor except for his helmet. But Brelix is fully armored. Brelix is our most armored dwarf, so if anyone's going to be able to do anything here, it's going to be him. So far we haven't killed a single one of these guys, which is quite concerning, to say the least. But we are starting to get some of our actually better fitted dwarves out. God. I'm gonna forbid these doors. Brelix, you have killed so many giant ravens and all sorts of other things. Surely you can kill something over here. More of them are coming. Oh no, Stodir, the bard who I'd said wasn't allowed to live here, is going to walk into the firing line and is just going to be ignored. Brelix has spotted some targets. Have we killed any of these goblins yet? We've killed one. Yeah, we've killed two of the goblins. So two of the goblins are down. Brelix is charging in. He's going to attack Atu here. He's sliced Atu's up. He hasn't even taken a single wound, has he? Oh, I love you, Brelix. You're the best dwarf. Strikes the militia commander, but the shot is blocked. The militia commander kicks the goblin swordsman in the right lower leg with his right boot. This one's also bleeding. He's now been joined by Mezov here. They've taken out this goblin. Oh, look at that. Look at all this delicious goblinite we've got available to us now. Statue of the Soapy Prisons wishes to reside in machine schools. No, go away. There's a goblin bowman here, which could be a bit of a problem because we don't have any ranged. Let's tell our guys to just charge in. Brelix is now bleeding. His right elbow is oozing blood. Oh no, I think Brelix has lost his weapon. Oh no, he's fine, Brelix. Yeah, Brelix has lost his battle axe. I think he's just pummeling that guy to death. He's entered a martial trance. He punches the. He's just. Oh god, he picked up the goblin by the first finger, and he managed to rip his finger off. Brelix just pummeled that. He just pummeled that goblin to death. Where are the rest of my military dwarves? There's supposed to be some more of them. Here's another one, Libash here. Oh no, Brelix though. Our time in the past, man, is so brief. Be gone, fear. Libash here, he's starting to fight as well. Kill this guy. Go on. Alex is still healthy. He still doesn't have his axe. McCain wants to be put in. We'll give you a dwarf after this, McCain. There's still several goblins left. There are still many goblins left. But we have killed a lot of goblins because they've been going into the fortress one at a time and just getting killed, slaughtered by Brelix. Oh, and now the rest of them are here. Is this too many goblins for Brelix to handle? Libash has died. Brelix is feeling tired. He's bleeding. He's winded. No. Yeah. Unfortunately, Brelix has also died. But we'll retreat. We'll retreat behind the traps. And a 1-year-old dwarven child has been spotted. Cage traps just don't seem to be setting off, like, at all. I'm not sure if they've changed the way cage traps works, but like in the past versions, this guy would have walked in there and he would have just immediately been trapped. Killed a dwarven child. How many of them are left? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of them left. We've only got 2 military dwarves left. Kill that guy. He's seriously injured. He's like bleeding out. He got. Oh no! Who is this? That's top. One of my normal dwarves. No, my other dwarves decided to come out. There's only 1 military dwarf left. Alright, Lobam. Conscript everyone. I think you might be right. I think it might be time to start just calling up emergency conscripts. We've definitely won this. We definitely won this. But who are we going to conscript? Not Kaladin. Doesn't really matter. I'm not going to conscript anyone actually. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for. Seriously, I'm surprised that they're able to get past these traps. Like these weapon traps are damaging him. So you can see here he just took damage from that weapon trap. But normally cage traps that'd just be an instant an instant kill. Like that guy, he got killed on the actual weapon trap here. But they're just, again, I don't know if cage traps have changed. Lawbam has entered the martial trance. Right, where are the rest of the... And there's only 3 left. I think they're retreating. Couple peasants. Oh, that was our last military dwarf as well. He's overexerted. Means he's going to collapse soon. I don't know. Like, I didn't see anything about them making cages less OP. Because if I'd known that cages weren't going to do anything, I would have done this a lot differently. If I'd known that cages weren't working the way they used to work, I would have put a bunch of like weapon traps here. But it's okay. We did survive. We have lost a lot of dwarves. We've lost a lot of dwarves. But we've still got a healthy population. We've got 49 dwarves. We lost some really good dwarves as well, actually. I guess what we're going to do is we're going to try and get them all buried before the water unfreezes. So that'll be the next thing that we try and do. Will just be to try and get the corpses off the river. But at least we survived. And yeah, casualties do give character to the fortress. We don't want this to be a fortress where everything goes right all the time, do we? We want it to be a proper fortress. So yeah, unfortunately, that's just the way it goes. We will. I think we will build a proper burial for. I think we'll build a proper burial for Brelix, though. He did himself commendably during that siege, and it is a real shame that he died after everything he's done for the fortress. It's a real shame to see him going like that. But I think that we can. I think that we can make something good for Brelix. There are still some goblins hanging around, but the siege has actually ended, so I think they're going to try and leave the map eventually. Yeah, you can see he's like wandering back and forth. I think he'll try and leave the map. Or he might not. Where? God, how many poets are going to come into the fortress? They were just walking past this like dying goblin, this tired goblin. All right. The human bard has shared a few rumors. No. We got agitated falcon people. Something about all of our dwarves being massacred has agitated the falcon people. Okay, right. Claim all of that. Sign leader. Olin. Who else? Dodok. Cadle. This guy. And this guy. Just go and grab whatever equipment's available. Spurdo wants to be in the military. Do you already have a dwarf, Spurdo? I don't think you did have a dwarf. You can be in the military if you want. Like I say, I want to get this into like a settled state. Okay, it looks like all the all the goblins are off the map now. There are still some fighting going on. I guess with the Peregrine Falcon people, possibly. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's a Peregrine Falcon person. These guys are a lot easier to kill because none of them have armor, basically. We're not too concerned about that. I just wanted to conscript some guys so that they would start grabbing equipment because they'll just grab it off the ground. So some of them should have weapons, and once the Peregrine Falcon people have stopped attacking, then we'll be in a better place to actually deal with stuff. Is Peregrine Falcon people before as well? Like, how many of them are left at this point? We must have killed some of them. Okay, there's like 4 of them left. Yeah, just go and kill these. Confirm. That butcher got killed by the Peregrine Falcon people. All right. Dob, the manager, walking around with an axe. Oh, one of our dwarves is unhappy as well. I mean, I'm not surprised that they're starting to get unhappy about this. This herbalist here with no job. Bring the skunk into the fortress. Okay. Are we good? Are we all good? There's one more Peregrine Falcon man up here. We'll tell them to try and kill him. I mean, it's a bit hard because they can fly around, but because they're agitated, they basically... Because they're agitated, they should just see like the dwarves and then be like, oh my god, I'm gonna go and murder them, right? How has that not been... How's that tomb not been claimed by anyone? I'm surprised at that. Okay, they've claimed that for Dastos. That's fine. Okay, so let's start digging out some more tombs then. Oh God, we survived. We didn't give up our precious artifact. So all is well in the world, you know. We got a lot of dwarves to bury, unfortunately. A lot of dwarves to bury, and not a lot of time to do it. I don't know if I've got any spare coffins. Burial. Okay, we have 4 spare coffins at the moment. We'll need to tell them to start making some more coffins. But that was some intense fighting, that was. I think this should be more than enough tombs. And I also said that I would make a special tomb for Brelix, who, as I said, who fought commendably as part of the siege. And you know, I think his special efforts deserve to be commemorated. The pearwood scepter was called the Silken Nut. Sorry, I think some people may have asked some questions during that stream as well. So if I didn't answer your question, just feel free to ask it again because a lot was going on, so it's kind of focused on that. Now that we got a new militia commander, I'm going to name this guy after McCain because I know McCain wanted a dwarf. So we've done that there. And I think there was also Spurdo who wanted a dwarf as well. So Spurdo, you can also be a military dwarf because you said you wanted a military dwarf. So why don't you be this guy, this recruit here? So this will be there we go. Health. Oh, did I? Oh God! Don't tell me that our hospital is not working properly for some reason. We got a doctor. Do we have any surgeons? No, unless a .1. Zuglar, you can now be a surgeon, and yeah, you focus on that. You focus on surgery, and yeah, there we go. Point some military dwarves, some dwarves to do surgery. Tasks. Silver sarcophagus, only the very best for Brelix will make him 1 silver sarcophagus. And then the rest of them we just need rock coffins, which we'll just make out of microline. So we'll set a new task here. We'll say microline because I like the color blue, and we'll set a condition just so that they're always making coffins if we don't have any available. The Axis of Veneration. No, go away. I do not want any We didn't have any poets for ages, and now all of a sudden we've got poets all the time. It's just always poets all the time. You know what? Let's make sure we use some of these silver doors here and here. So we use a door here, silver door here on Brelix's tomb. Microlink offers. I want them to make. Oh, I told them not to. I told them before that they're not allowed to haul. So we're going to tell everybody that they're allowed to haul again. And that's why they're not taking any of these corpses at the moment, because I told them not to before, but now I want them to do it. So yeah, they should start cleaning this up on the outside now. Did I tell them that they're not allowed to do orderly stuff as well? No, they are allowed to do that, so they should all be doing that. Or is it the case that they're just out of thread for some reason? No, they have got thread. We've made a silver sarcophagus. Unicorns can't keep a good fort down. Vormi, you got a dwarf in this fortress. Oh. I don't want Brelix to be buried there. I need to delete that zone. I want Brelix to be buried here specifically. So, these are really all the different dead people. Just don't assign that for anyone now. Wait until the sarcophagus has been placed, and then we'll bury Prelix. Okay, so that's one corpse buried. Furniture, burial, and then we can just use closest material for the rest of these. Oh, and I don't have it on repeat either, do I? I'm an idiot. There we go. Okay, come on. Someone should surely be moving that silver sarcophagus downstairs. How long does it take you to do that? No, they have. Someone is doing it because I can see that the silver sarcophagus isn't where it was. There we go. So the tomb here is done for Brellic. So done that one. So we want to assign this to Brellic specifically. So someone should come and bury Brellics there, and then we don't really mind the other ones. I mean, they all, you know, were commendable in their own ways, but Brelix, I think, was just he was the real standout in that fight. So I want to make sure that he gets you know, the best possible burial that we can get him. We're going to need some more microline doors at this rate, aren't we? Let's add in another door order. Rock door. And we want that to be microline as well, so it's the right color. Maybe a metalsmith or something relevant. Oh wait, is Freeport deceased? It's so hard for me to keep track at this point. So you may very well be deceased, actually. I don't think you are, because I didn't notice it before. So no, I don't think you are. No, you're still alive. You're having fun planting seeds at the moment. And yeah, we can give you a metalsmith as well. We got a few of those lying around. So let's go on to that. Although I'm not sure where they are on my list. Actually, I can go to my labors, metal crafting. So these guys here. So oh wait, did one of my metal? Oh no, my talented weapons. Okay, so we do have an adequate weaponsmith here. This guy Estan. So we do have that guy. But I remember I had a talent. One of my migrants was like a talented weaponsmith, and I think he must have died. That's fine. You can be this guy. There we go. Also undesignate that. Done. So this is a new tomb for somebody. So Iden can go in there. I guess I think he's just a random dwarf who got smashed to bits, like so many others on this day. Then let's get the rest of these doors in. So don't have any. I'm waiting for the microline doors. It might not be a wise idea to wait for the microline doors to be ready. Well, Whoa! I just can't catch a break, can I? Like I'm trying to bury my dead, and then immediately the agitated giant ravens are back. Well, again, and another dwarf is down. And another dwarven child has died. I think a few people are going to drown because there's no way that they're going to have. There's no way that they're going to have got everybody inside. Is there? Like they're just constantly just like on this river. I was hoping that everybody would be that we'd all be done with this by now, but I guess not. And we're down to 46. Like we started with 61 and we're down to 46. Plenty of poets want to reside here. Denied. Okay, that's fine. We're still doing okay, mostly. You know, one of the things I like this is just like we still haven't done this meeting call. Like I completely forgot about that. Like this is how far off track we got, and like I was trying to do this meeting call here, this area for them, and I just completely forgotten all about it. So I'm just going to place a couple of silver statues in here, a silver statue in here, and hopefully that'll take that off, and that'll be one thing that's been done. Select material after placing it. Still not done any more microline doors. Really do have a migrant wave right now, actually. Why is this child unconscious sleeping on top of Brelix's coffin? That's incredibly weird. Are you related to Brelix in any way? You're not. Okay. Can we draft the poets? We could do, but it would take a very long time before we were able to, basically. Is the answer to that. Oh wait, this door's forbidden, so they're not able to dump stuff. Okay, we need to unforbid that. There's still agitated giant ravens everywhere. There's only 2 of them though, so. Well, anything that wasn't buried is now gonna be very soon unburied, so yeah. Hopefully they can get inside the fortress. Oh, who's this? It's dwarven children. This guy. Pull that lever. Pull that lever. Well, if they weren't buried, into the drink they go. We might still have a little bit of time to get some of these buried. I should have just used any doors I had available to me. I shouldn't have been so fussy about using microline doors specifically. At least they buried Brelix. Yeah, it probably would be so it'd be prudent to have like a gate here, right? That'd be that'd be like a thing that we need to do at some point, would be to have a gate there. And then we can, you know, we can have access to here, because I don't want to keep that closed off forever. Alright, I don't think any dwarves are going swimming, but alright, it looks like none of the dwarves have gone swimming, but none of the alive dwarves anyway. Okay, so we're in a pretty tricky spot. You know, hopefully we can get all this stuff just dumped and gotten rid of. There's like a whole bunch of things that needs to be done. They are moving stuff into this, so they will start dumping the rest of it into the river, but, you know, somebody has to move into the stockpile first. Let's just check the refuse. Put corpses in here. Oh, but except for dwarf corpses. Like, I don't want you to put dwarf corpses in here. So they shouldn't move corpses up here. At some point, some agitated giant peach birds were up here, and it looks like they were attacking my inn residence. In fact, that looks like that literally just happened. If you die in Dwarf Fortress, you die in real life. Are we able to generate any like butchering orders? Butcher an animal. They are actually going to butcher some of these animals. What's happened to Doran here? Health. Oh, you just got some wounds. You just need dressings. Hey, at least our medical dwarf's getting lots of training, right? Look at all this, like, just stuff in here, like, just like various different corpses and things just all in here. His left hand is cut open. I send them to go kill him. The giant bird. Is there a limit on bridge size? Could you construct a very long, thin, retractable bridge walkway that goes on top and along the river, so if invaders try to use it to attack during summertime, you could just call the carpet from under them? Yes, you could. There is one specific reason that you might not want to rely on something like that, and it's to do with basically... drawbridges in Dwarf Fortress... there's exactly one circumstance where you wouldn't be able to raise the drawbridge, and that's if like a titanic creature was standing on it. So the only problem with something like that would be if like you got attacked by like something big like a dragon, for example. The dragon would be able to walk up the bridge, or maybe not a dragon because dragons can fly, but you get the idea. They'd be able to walk up the bridge. And then you wouldn't be able to pull the bridge out from under them whilst they're standing on it. But for anything else, yes, that would work. It would actually, not only would they sink, the goblins would actually go flying. It would fling them, so it'd probably fling them forwards, or in whichever direction the bridge was raised. So you can do some really cool defenses like that. And like, it's pretty common to do those sorts of things. I've tried to avoid doing anything that would be too gamey, like. It's a bit harder to do, I think, but like one thing you could do would be to set up a second entrance, right? So you set up a first entrance, then you set up a second entrance, but in order to get through the second entrance, they've got to go through like a corridor of traps, and that's a pretty common method of dealing with sieges. You just close the first entrance, and then before they can get into the second entrance, you know, you open the second entrance, they'll be like, hey look, there's a way into the fortress, we'll go down that way. And then, you know, they walk through all the traps that just slice them to bits or trap them in cages or whatever have you. But yeah, you can do that as well. Okay, so we got a lot of death and destruction. We've been streaming for 3 hours. I'm going to call it here for now. So hopefully you've been enjoying it, you know, whilst we've been doing that. I just, you know, it's been a 3-hour stream, so I just want to give a bit of a break here. But thanks everybody for watching and everybody who's joined us. You know, it's been a long stream. And we'll be back with it at some point. And if you have missed anything, then I am slowly uploading all this to YouTube as well. So make sure to check that out. The YouTube is really popping off. What else can I say? Anyway. Have a good one. Catch you guys again next time. And goodbye for now.